So last night, I was over at a friend's house. And one of their friends was over there named Bradford. I said, yeah, my dad wants to talk to you, Bradford said. And I said, well, I'm not surprised to hear that. And his dad is Doug Ducey. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Doug Ducey is the governor of Arizona. And I'm actually headed over there now to where I met him last night. I thought that was real interesting because I've had so many connections. I mean, you, as my mom, are someone who says, you know, I've had an interesting series of coincidences in my life, you know, the girlfriends and the, you know, face it, high-level connections. What is your official take on that?
I don't have one, Sonny, and honest to God, I'm so tired, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I have not eaten all day. I ate 2 pieces of little bread.
No, that makes
and
perfect sense.
4 bites.
Okay, all right. Well, don't be upset.
Well, Harold irritates me.
Oh, I know he does.
We've got something falling off the car. He doesn't look at it. I'll take it to Firestone. In the meantime, we're driving all over the place. I
Yeah.
spent $30 on new car mats. He tells me after 3 days they're the wrong size, and it's ruined now. He just doesn't care. He wears a polo shirt. He doesn't care if he gets spaghetti sauce on it or anything else.
That's what I was going to talk to you about, is one of the things that we've uncovered, and one of the things that I made your boss, Mark, privy to via Facebook. And he's aware of this, to the best of my knowledge, although I'm not so sure that it's not affecting him. In fact, if I had to say that my official thoughts on the matter is that it does affect him. And that is the stitching and the clothing are specifically placed on key neural interface points, okay? And Harold's had one in it that had a scare command in it. I documented it thoroughly, and what this does is it interacts with nanotechnology that is in our bodies, and electromagnetic frequency in turn hits these key neural interface points on the human body, and this is very well documented as something that is more than viable to control human behavior, emotion, and actions and thoughts. Okay? And so this is a big deal when you have a system like this that, in Harold's case, this was a very specific tailoring of his clothing. Now, I have the same thing myself. Okay? I've got clothes with a fucking pentagon on it with RFID receivers in it. Okay? Tailor-made for me when I go out and do the shit that I'm doing out here, Mom. And so I understand that you long ago took your oath or whatever, and I don't know what that means. Okay, but what I do know is that we're coming to a time to where the people are waking up, and the most targeted people of the bunch are our leaders, people with prominence. And they often will play into the ego. They will often play into various different things in order to fulfill this agenda, which is essentially an enslavement agenda. I mean, right now we have innumerable government officials meeting at what's called the Bilderberg meeting, right now, right this very minute, in which, you know, they're in direct violation of what is known as the Logan Act, and this is a federal law. These guys are in federal law violation as our leaders, and the people are sitting here not doing a goddamn thing about it. Why? For what reason? There is no other explanation than mind and behavior controls technologies that have blanketed our planet. And, you know, some of these technologies have positive applications. I'm not really wanting to discuss that. You know, you want biosensors in clothing, for example, for monitoring heart rate and all these other things. Yeah, that's real. There's an integrated sensor network right now that can read virus outbreak basically anywhere in the world and place contingencies based upon that in the grid. That's a good idea, but it's been done to an unknowing public, and it's been unconsensual. It's a violation of human rights, and if there's anybody who should be concerned about it, it should be Mark Stanley. If there's anybody who should be concerned about a school called Anne Frank Elementary School,
Stop.
Hey, it's a trigger for you.
You are just ratcheting it up.
I'm making more sense than anything you've heard in the last 24 hours.
You're not. Because
Well, then enlighten me.
You go at it so fast that nobody can keep up with you. I told you I was tired. I can't process anything
I understand,
right now,
Mom.
Sonny.
I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I mean, maybe this has something to do with the fact that they're putting a known endocrine system disruptor in our water.
Okay. My issue now, you smell so bad like smoke, it's making me sick to my stomach.
Well, you are very sensitive to that, and I'm sorry.
Yes, I am. And I
Sorry.
begged you to quit. I've asked you not to smoke at my house. So tomorrow night, I'll go through and clean out all the cigarette butts all over the house and in the yard.
Okay, I'll have that done myself. I don't know. It's been such a wild ride for me, Mom. You know, and there's been this veil of secrecy for me in my life, and I've always wondered where it comes from. What do you have to say to me about this? Take a left. What can you tell me?
There's nothing to tell. There are no secrets that I know, Sonny.
Okay.
I did the best that I could.
You did a damn good job. Okay, I don't have any complaints. I don't have any regrets. I'm not blaming you for anything because you've stuck with me through it, even though sometimes we're really rough. There is a common denominator of this, of not knowing what the hell we're doing, and that is part of it.
Sonny, that's why I'm telling you, it stops. You're on your own.
Okay,
I cannot
I'm
support
curious
you
about Lewis
anymore.
Cosman, the hypnotist stepfather.
Sonny, I am not going into it. How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not talking about it.
Okay, all right, that's enough.
Where do you want to get out?
It's up here. Keep going straight.
Past Lowe's?
Just a little bit.